Hey, so we're going to be checking out this week's Final Order Cutoff for January 29th, 2024. You want to see what books I've got selected for you? Stick around. Hey, welcome back, family. Hey, it is Saturday. Today's date is, by the time you're seeing this, January 27th. 2 days before the Final Order Cutoff. One for DC and Marvel, so keep that in mind. And what I try to do every week is to point out the books that are of interest. And by that, I mean any new series, a number one, a one-shot, something that, that I want to let you know that it's coming to market. Interesting cover art. I try to point that out to you also. Also, as a courtesy, I will point out number twos. The reason for this is if you did happen to pick up a number one, maybe off of this show as a recommendation, not a recommendation. I'm not recommending any of the books. I'm just letting you know so you can choose. Or you were walking through your store and say, hey, this is a new book. Let me pick it up. Here's number two on the Final Order Cutoff to remind you, you might want to continue the story. So again, it's just a courtesy reminder. Got a lot of tabs open up on this one. So let's get this window started for you. And for that we need this one. Boom! Look at all these tabs. Okay, so we're starting right off in Boom Studios. We've got Animal Pound, number two. There's your reminder. It's cool. It's a cool cover too. But this is the number 2 of 4 in a 4-part series. So if you like number one and you want to pick up the next issue, you might want to pre-order it. Next, get this for you. Bingo! Grimm, Pen and Ink number 1. Now, from what I can read in the description, I believe this is kind of like a re-release, but in black and white. And could be interesting. Could have a different flavor as you're watching it. It's just like watching Godzilla -1 minus color, which comes out next week, and I'm planning on going to see that in IMAX if I can, which will be my 5th time seeing that film, which will probably be the most I've ever gone to a movie theater and paid for a movie. I used to have friends that worked in the movie theaters. You didn't pay. But anyway, if that series interested you and this is something you want to look into, there you go. Man's Best, number 1 of 5. This is Ashcan. It seems like we're getting a lot of cat and dog stories lately. But some of the Ashcans have done pretty well lately. It's only $2.99, so you might want to pre-order this one, copy or two, and get it into your collection. Moving on to DC, we've got the Green Lantern, number 87, Facsimile Edition. This is the cover A, Neil Adams. There's a couple different covers. I don't know how you can have different covers of a facsimile. I think that is just straight up money grab, my personal feeling. And that's the other thing is, what do you mean image coming soon? You don't know what issue number 87 looked like? Can't you just pull up a file copy? Anyway, if you are into facsimiles and you like Green Lantern and you like Neil Adams, this one might be one that you want to add to your pull list. John Constantine, Dead in America, number 2 of 8. This is the number 2 reminder for you guys. We've got, now this one, I just love the cover. Wonder Woman number 6. It's a cover A, and I really like that cover. It doesn't say Wonder Woman or anything. It's almost like a negative space variant, but it's not. I don't know, just something about this cover that really kills it for me. I love it. So, if you like that cover too and you want to add that to your collection, boom. Moving on to Marvel, we've got another interesting cover for me. We've got the Amazing Spider-Man number 44, the Peter Parker verse variant. And I kind of like that. I've never seen, Peter Parker as the most prominent thing on the cover of any Spider-Man book. So to me, that really just stands out. And the way it's black and white on the bottom, and just a little splattering of color on the top, I like it. I think it's well done. It is also the conclusion for the gang war, so if you want to pick that up. Avengers Twilight, number 1, second printing. So if you like your multiple printings of your number 1s, there you go. Cable, number 2, a reminder for you. Dead X-Men, number 2, another reminder in case you like number 1. Ghost Rider, Final Vengeance, number 1. There's a couple different covers here that are really cool. And since Mrs. Ohana is a big Ghost Rider fan, you know I had to pick up a couple of these. This is the cover A, and which is, I like it, but I think there's other covers that are better. One of them is the Greg Capullo. Now this is the same cover that will be on the 1 in 100 variant, but that'll be a virgin. If you don't want to spend $100 to get that cover, just remember that there is a, what do they call it? It's not the virgin, can't think of the word. The one that's got the words on it. Trade dress. Jeez. Oh my God. The trade dress for $4.99. To me, I most trade dresses don't look as good as the Virgin, but the fact that this says Ghost Rider in Flames Final Vengeance, it actually does look good with the words. So I would definitely want to get that. Plus, this is a foil variant. Now, it says, please inquire on the price. I don't know how much it's going to be. So hopefully I don't get to the store. Because you see, I've ordered it. Let's hope I don't get to the store and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, that one was $84. But anyway, a foil Ghost Rider looking like that. Yeah, I think that Mrs. Ohana will definitely like that one. Giant Size Fantastic Four #1. Remember, when you have your subscriptions to any comic book, giant sizes, annuals are not included. Subscriptions get you 12 issues for 12 months. So if this is a book that you would like to get, like your Fantastic Four, or if you just want to pick up another giant size book, whichever, there's your little reminder. The original X-Men #1 second printing. Again, second print. Hunters, there you go. And it is a #1. Ish. I've never been a fan of it. I never say the second printing's a #1. That's like 1A, 1B. Or #2's Power Pack Into the Storm. I didn't read Power Pack back when they first came out, but if you like Power Pack, the first Into the Storm #1, reminder for #2. Resurrection of Magneto, reminder for #2. Star Wars Thrawn Alliances #2. Now I picked up #1. I haven't had a chance to sit down and read it yet. I've got to. I may pick this up. We'll see. I do love how they have this with Anakin, Darth Vader in the background. Those of you who really have read the Thrawn stories, he knows that he's one of the few people that knows that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. So that's really, really cool there. Tabs are starting to go away. Women of Marvel #1. Celebrating the mighty women of Marvel because they worked hard for this and they deserve it. Okay, now, I don't want this to come across wrong. I believe wholeheartedly in gender equality. But when I see books like this is just, in my opinion, a cash grab. This is, hey, you know what? If we make a book that says the women of Marvel, people will buy it because they'll be afraid if they don't buy it, they'll get in trouble for being considered male chauvinistic. So let's print a book like this and charge $6 a piece for them. Whatever. I mean, my favorite character and who I love above all others is Scarlet Witch. So I put, yeah, I don't have any problem with it, but when they do it for the sake of doing it, that's where it irks me the wrong way. So I personally will not be buying this book because I'm just trying to send a message to Marvel. Too much of an extreme one way or the other is not good. It's just, be equal. Jeez. Enough. Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft #1. This looks like an interesting story, and it is from Dynamite, which has got a few books on this list this week. But what I find interesting is for you autograph hunters, there is a photo variant of this. And if Elvira does do shows, she still signs. If you are able to get her signature or see that she's doing a show or a signing, photo variants are always in high demand. So I thought that I actually ordered this. No, I did not. I did now. So anyway, yes, your photo variants are the ones that, the thing about Hayden Christensen when he does any kind of signing, or you've got, oh my God, I am like the world's worst person with names. It drives me nuts. Ewan McGregor, when he signed, his photo variant went up. I'm going to just stop because I can't even think. James Bond 007, the 2024 run. Number 1, second printing. Hunters. I wasn't crazy about the first James Bond run. Then again, I'm okay with the movies. I'm not tremendous, but it is a Garth Ennis book. Just keep that in mind. And he usually puts some good stuff out. Black Cotton. This is one of the Scout Legacy editions. So it's $4.99. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Scott oh no, it was Image First. Image First looks just like this. That were only $1. The Scout Legacy looks. Actually, I got one in my hand. That's why I'm sounding really smart here. So you got the Image First. You got that same black border along the side, and that was only they only charge $1 for this just to get you to go read the book. But Scout Legacy is charging a full $4.99. But if you missed it and you want to go read Black Cotton, it's kind of like a reprint. Cobra Commander number 1, second printing, cover A. And that looks cool, but there is a variant with Cobra Commander as a giant snake as well. It is the cover B. There's a couple other covers, but those are the ones that I think are interesting. And if you did like Cobra Commander number 1, you may want to pick up number 2. So here's your reminder. Crashdown from Massive/Whatnot Comics. Crashdown number 2 of 4. If you like number 1, reminder for 2. Destiny New York, Mystic Mafia number 2. Reminder time. That's from Mad Cave. No, sorry, that's from Black Mask. I thought that was Mad Cave for a second on that logo. Ghosts on the Water from Scout Comics. Number 2, if you liked 1. A lot of snakes this week. Godzilla, Best of Destroyer, number 1, cover A, Biggie. And actually, I kind of like that cover. I really do. The only thing I really don't like is this Godzilla book from IDW is, oh shoot, I closed it by mistake. It was a $7.99 price tag. Yeah, $8. Golgotha, Motor Mountain, number 1, cover A. Now, I saw the cover B and the cover C, and it kind of reminded me of, they have like Japanese writing on the front, so I'm like, is this in manga style? I don't think so. But if this is something from IDW that you're interested in, you should look it up. Greylock, number 2 from Scout Comics. If you like number 1, reminder for 2. Helen of Windhorn, Dark Horse Comics. Oh, have we seen anything else from Dark Horse this week? No. Anyway, it's a new series. There's a couple different covers, $4.99. Jaguar from Archie Comic Publications. Now, it's fun. I have like a Golden Age book, the Jaguar number 1. Is it Golden Age? I think it might actually just be early silver. I think it's 1961. I got to look at it. It is slabbed. It's a low grade, but I just wanted to get it because I think it's at the first appearance of the Jaguar. It was one of the books I picked up in 2023. Very, very low price because nobody knows this character. But if all of a sudden this character becomes popular in an Archie comic, I doubt it. Never mind. Anyway, if you want to read the story of Jaguar from Archie Comics, it's a one-shot. There you go. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, Rise of the Sludge God, number 1. I love John Carpenter. Anyway, oh, so there you go. It makes me think of the smog monster that Godzilla fought in the 70s. Mindbender, number 1, Scout Legacy Edition, another $5 reprint. Mitch, number 2, from Scout Comics. So if you liked Mitch, number 1, reminder time. Quested, Season 2, number 2, another reminder for you. Cool looking cover, though. A lot of work went into that. Rick and Morty Finals Week, Sherrick Holmes, number 1. Couple different covers. This one happens to be my favorite, the cover A. Six Fingers from Image Comics is a 5-part series, starting off number 1 this week, or this poll. The Six Fingers, kind of interesting looking. Miniseries premiere, Neo Novena, archaeology students. Johannes Vale has always been so much in control of his life, but when he commits a brutal murder using the MO of a historic and notorious serial killer, everything begins to spiral out of control. You're the six-fingered man killed my father. The Fog, number 1. This, as a kid, I don't know if you guys remember the original movie, The Fog. I know there was a movie called The Mist, but there was a movie in 1980 called The Fog. It was the only movie when I was a kid that scared me. And the reason was that the movie came out, when it was in the movie theaters, the day it was supposed to happen in the movie was like 8 months in the future. So I think it was supposed to happen in like 1981 or whichever. But it was supposed to take place on my birthday. So for the next 8 months, I'm a kid. I'm thinking, I know it's a movie. It doesn't, it's not real. But what if that happens on my birthday? P.S. It didn't. Okay, so we have 2 books from a publisher I don't remember reading before called Band of Bards. We have Working Class Wizards, number 1 of 3. And that one's $4.99. But then the other one that came out is Worlds Away, number 1 and 2. It's a double issue, but it's also double price. It's $9. I don't know if I'm in favor of that. Charging $9 for a book, I would rather pay $5 and $5, because if I don't like it after 1, I'm not going to spend the other $5 on number 2. So, if you are interested in trying to find out about it, you might want to look it up and see. I bet you it's going to be a lower print than just about anything else. And the last one on the list we've got is a book. It's in the book title if you're interested. It's not going to find it in the comics. But all the way at the bottom from Penguin Young Readers. Are any of you guys as old as me and remember Mad Libs when they first came out? And the fun that we had with that? Wow. Well, they have a Super Villains Mad Libs from DC. And as you can see, I've ordered it because I just want to have fun with that myself. What the heck? Gotta have some fun, right? So that, boom, is everything that you need to know about this week's first releases, number 2s, and I'm sure there's covers in there that I didn't pick that you're going to find interesting. I would like to know what those are. Drop those down in the comments. If there's any books in here that you think are an exceptional pick, put that in the comments. Are there any regular issues? Hey, I know it's not a number 1, but you should have mentioned Wonder Woman number 622 because it's first appearance of such and such character. Drop that in the comments. Everybody should know this. Remember, the more demand there is, if you've got this book being ordered yourself, the more demand there is, the more your book will go up in value. So you're self-serving in this one. No, in all seriousness, so we want to know all the cool books that are dropping. Hopefully this weekend I'm going to get a chance to redo the wall, get those books back up from my top 50 videos. Hopefully you guys got a chance to watch those. And on Monday we'll be running the cover price top 10 for the week. And let's see, Wednesday we will be dropping our new comic book day video, which we give away books every week. Thursday, for you YouTubers, you're going to get the Back Issue Book Club, which if you're a Patreon member, by going to patreon.com/TeamOhana, you will get that much earlier. You're going to get that on Monday, so you get it 3 days earlier. We've got Bad Batch coming up soon. Yes, February 12th. If you guys haven't seen the trailer for that, it looks amazing. And yes, I did scream when I heard a certain voice towards the end. If you haven't seen it, I'm not spoiling it. If you haven't been spoiled, though, I don't know how you've avoided the internet. I will be doing a watch along for all 15 episodes to put up on our Patreon for our Patreon members. And I've got to try to get another Remember Me video, because I want to try to get those out to you guys as much as possible. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for joining. Really do appreciate it. Love it if you were able to click like, click subscribe, so I'd love to have you guys join the channel. And drop a comment down below, because I want to know what you guys think. What other things would you like to see with the channel? Any information helps the channel grow to become better for you. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Team Ohana Family. That's where you're going to claim your books when you win on New Comic Book Day. And of course, Patreon/Team Ohana if you want to join and become one of the coconuts for only $3 a month. It's just something to help me cover the cost of shipping on my giveaways. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Till we see you in the next video. Mahalo.